If I say something like, I'm the best, and you offended, what does that mean about you? I'm saying, this is my...
N.O.R.E from the Drink Champs addresses the controversial comments he's made about fellow hip-hop podcasters. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip-Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, N.O.R.E from Drink Champs has made some controversial comments just recently, stating that Joe Budden's podcast, N.O.R.E's podcast, and $1 Million Worth of Game are the most important and the best hip-hop podcasts in the game right now. And a lot of people have reacted to this. Well, N.O.R.E was recently on Jadakiss and Fat Joe's podcast, and Fat Joe directly asked the question what he meant about this. And N.O.R.E had an interesting response, and also took shots at a fellow podcaster, Steven Jackson. Check out the clip.
The comment you said, the only podcast that matters is Drink Champs,
Comment.
Joe Budden, and $1 Million Worth of Game.
That hurt you?
No, it never hurts me because I do a lot of hurt him that he don't ever get hurt, so I can't get hurt.
Right.
We can't even fuck each other.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, it can't.
But what I'm saying is I seen a lot of other podcasts, you know, Steve Jack, this is my brother, a bunch of them put in work. A lot of guys are doing their thing.
I feel like Steve Jackson's a hater.
No.
This is his second time. It's his second time hating on me. Like, what?
No,
what
because he been doing. You see, you got to understand.
I thought we was all family.
We are.
I thought so too. Like, this is and if he had a problem, he should have handled that. You know what I mean? But I seen him a couple times, like, and he didn't say nothing to me, and I didn't say nothing to him. But it wasn't no beef.
What happened?
I believe he was talking to the statement like they putting in work in the podcast. It's a lot of guys, Carmelo. There's a lot of different guys putting in a lot of work. Yeah. When you just say, "Yo, we the three that matter," everybody else who don't put it, us, we don't care. We just new in the game, and I don't give a anyway. So I'm different. But is there any way to say, all right, why did you come up with that decision?
Yeah, fam. N.O.R.E, who's not really one to talk about anybody in a bad light, decided to talk about Steven Jackson because Steven Jackson's been hating on him. But that's according to N.O.R.E. He's seen him recently. If you don't know the backstory, Steven Jackson has made comments about N.O.R.E. Not a big fan of N.O.R.E ever since he had Kanye West on Drink Champs. And obviously Kanye West made some very controversial comments about George Floyd. So when N.O.R.E made this initial comment about being the best in podcasting, Stephen A made a little comment afterwards. But I think Fat Joe knew what he was doing by saying Steven Jackson in that little sentence, because he knew what Steven Jackson's been saying about N.O.R.E. So it was a loaded question. So when N.O.R.E said, Steven Jackson's a hater, and Fat Joe reacted, I think it was all fake. But that's just my opinion. But in this next clip, N.O.R.E does give it up to the people that were pioneers in the hip-hop space in podcasting, and says a bit more. Check out the clip.
I don't know.
He was feeling
it's actually the truth. But it's the truth when they say like this. When it comes to hip-hop podcasts, we led the way. 1,000,000%. All right. Who invented the podcast space, period? It's Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. Anybody, we all owe them a check.
Gotta give Ice-T some credit.
No, I'm getting there. Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. That's the first podcast ever, right? Then when you got come to artist podcast, first artist podcast was Ice-T, right? Then after that, this was a nerd space.
Combat Jack,
yes. Combat Jack.
My man in jail,
No. No, but what I'm saying, that overall, that's what it was for. This was like a nerd space. What I'm trying to say, of course, other podcasts matter. Of course, I'm on this show. I'm doing other shows. Of course that. But what I'm saying is, who led the way in this podcast?
You're saying it's a golden era.
Yes.
Yeah, fam. So to be fair to N.O.R.E, he does give an explanation of why he feels that Drink Champs and the other two podcasts are the best. And like I said, he does give it up to the pioneers like Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds as being the first hip-hop podcast. He mentions a whole bunch of people like Ice-T, Combat Jack, and others. But he's just saying that they are the best right now. He's just flexing. He's brushing off his shoulders. And can we blame him? Drink Champs is a very, very big platform, and it's all about bigging up pioneers that don't get their flowers. It has kind of changed a little bit. It does give flowers to people that were legends but didn't get, the riches. But they also just do big interviews as well in general. But like Fat Joe said, there are other podcasts out there doing their thing that could catch a little bit of offense by what N.O.R.E's saying. Some people are saying people like Taxstone have done their thing in the past, so N.O.R.E shouldn't say this. But N.O.R.E is only speaking about what he's doing right now and what Joe Budden's doing right now. He's not saying they're the pioneers necessarily. He's just saying that they are the best and the biggest and the most important in hip-hop right now. And let's keep it real. Drink Champs is dominating and has been dominating for a long time. But in this next clip, N.O.R.E forgets Mr. Humble. He forgets all humility altogether and goes at his haters. Check out the clip.
If I say that, if I say something like, I'm the best, and you offended, what does that mean about you? I'm saying, this is my, I monkey foot this game. I got the viewers every single month.
All the best.
I don't have to clout chase. Hold on.
No, you guys are the best.
I don't have to clout chase.
All the kids.
I don't have to diss other podcasts. What I was trying to say was that's the podcast that matters in this milestone at this moment. At this moment leading up. Now, of course, there's gonna be other people. Of course, there's gonna be other people.
Yeah, fam. So N.O.R.E is going at the haters, like I said. Him saying that he's the best, why does it affect you? How does it affect your whole day to day? How does it affect what you're doing with your podcast? It shouldn't. He's just stating what he believes, just like in hip hop, when rappers come out and say that they're the best. Yeah, you can battle it out, but in podcast space, what are you supposed to do? Just talk about the subject, it's content. You're supposed to feel like you're the best. But with N.O.R.E, like he said in the interview, he's backing up with numbers and I guess longevity. And it's something Fat Joe said as well. He said it's the golden era of podcasts. They're like the Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z of their era. They're running things. And can you really argue that? Drink Champs has been popping for a while. The numbers don't lie. But I think whenever anybody boasts about what they're doing, it's always going to ruffle a few feathers. But like N.O.R.E said, he's not clout chasing. He's not doing that at all. He's just saying, hey, his platform is the best. And if you got a problem with that, you got to check yourself. And to be fair, if you do have a problem with him saying that, maybe it's because you know it's actually true. Maybe you do know that Drink Champs, $1 million worth of game, and the Joe Budden podcast are the most important and biggest hip-hop platforms right now. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Get in the comments, people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for less than $2 a month, you can become a member of the channel, receive exclusive content just for you. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.